I posted a video this morning of a Bentley, and I asked the question, who would rock the Bentley? I got like a 60-40 split on who would actually prefer to rock a Bentley, and the majority was the 60% people of those people said that they would rock a Bentley. So I don't know. I feel a little some kind of way about that. So I've been wanting to do this thing called reasons why you should buy a Tesla. And I've been procrastinating about it. So I'm going to just do it. I'm going to start right now. And I'm going to start with the very first thing on the top of my personal list of why you should buy a Tesla. And that is not ever having to buy gas. Now, this is a real interesting part of culture. And for me, I'm old enough to remember when gas was like, I think the cheapest I remember can remember it being was like 89 cents a gallon. And so for years, I've been pumping gas into gas cars. Well, get into an electric car, it's a little bit different. There is some new things that you have to adapt in order to stay current with, the way you travel or the way you operate your vehicle or the things that you do with it. And so for me, and for a lot of people, it's as easy as coming home, plugging your car in, just like you would do your phone. Plug it in every night, and every night the car is basically fully charged. And I'll show you exactly how that looks in just a second. But Teslas basically any electric car rather, would charge pretty fast overnight by doing some simple adjustments, by putting a 220 outlet into your garage or somewhere like that. It's basically the same type of outlet that you would use for your in your dryer, for your washer and dryer. So not that difficult. When you do that, the car charges at about 23 miles per hour. And saying that, you can plug your car in at night, and in 5 or 6 hours or so, the car will be fully charged. So that's a really cool feature in the sense that you never have to worry about stopping at the gas station. You can drive your car every day and not have to worry about it. Not having to buy gas goes into that whole emissions thing, which is our purpose. Ideally, the average person drives about 12,000 miles a year. So basically, for every gallon of gas you use, it's about 20 pounds of carbon that comes out of that tailpipe. And that's a lot. And so we want to reduce those opportunities for gas cars to move anything. Doesn't matter if it's people, packages, pizza, whatever. And so that's kind of why we do it. And we've found that it's a huge benefit to be able to move people without the combustion part of that, the emissions, and move things, I should say. And at the same time, reduce costs because you don't have the petroleum products. Now, there's no oil changes, there's no gasoline, there's no petroleum products in the car. So in that case, all of those lubricants and petroleum based products that you would normally have, you just don't have. The other thing is, you can set the car to basically charge however you want it to charge. There is a way to set it to a limit, so every day you would just max out at that limit. If you charge your car at home, you can put LED lights to replace some of your normal incandescent lights, and that would reduce the energy. You wouldn't even see it, which is basically what we did. So I plug it in every night, and I don't notice that much of my electric bill, so it doesn't really feel like I'm paying anything. Of course, there are the superchargers, and so when you use Tesla's network supercharger, that thing charges way fast. And on this car, certain superchargers, it'll charge at about 243 miles per hour. This particular car is a P85. It is an 85 kilowatt battery, a 2013. And well, this car right here will max out at right now it's maxed out at about 230 miles per hour, or 30 miles in range. And so you can imagine being able to use this in a city life all day long. Like, you can literally drive pretty much in the city and charge once or maybe twice and get around as much as you need to drive in a full day. And so that's the cool thing about not having to buy gas. There are certain cars, certain year models that have 3 superchargers. So this is really crazy. I mean, you can literally go park at a supercharger and charge your car for free at a higher rate of charge. And this is an extreme benefit to owning some of these older cars. The older cars, when I say older, first generation, 2013 up to 2016, these cars are blessed with lifetime supercharging. Now, I know there's some talk about that and debate on whether or not Tesla honors it. They've turned it on, turned it off, and it's just real wacky. But initially, they said that every car that was bought in those years would be grandfathered into free supercharging. That's kind of one of the benefits of paying the premium for the cars up front. But nevertheless, this car still have it. There's a lot of cars that are on the road that still have free supercharging, and that's a huge benefit. Also, just want to add, I absolutely hate going to the gas station. They're nasty. You know, a lot of them, there's germs everywhere. And so, again, one of the benefits of driving and buying and owning a Tesla is not having to go to the gas station reduces how many times you go out and touch doors that are strange and go into gas stations that have really weird things going on. And so I really never ever stop at a gas station, even for a snack or anything like that. So I will really want to build a charging station that has all the amenities that anyone would need to basically charge their car and wait. Coffee, charging, snacks, maybe workout, maybe just jump online and get some work done. Just some place where you could hang and really enjoy your time while you're charging. Downside of this is the charging time. And so a lot of times I'm writing or thinking or making videos at the charging station just to kill time. And so I think in the future, if there's more things out there to occupy your time while you're charging, then it would make it even sweeter. Because right now, the only bad side of having to charge a car is having to wait for that car to charge, just like a phone. So there you have it. My number one reason why to buy a Tesla is to not having to ever freaking buy gas again. And that is worth every freaking penny, let me tell you.
I first heard about eCarra about a year ago from my wife. She wanted to have a nicer experience in riding in an Uber, so she discovered eCarra somehow online. And then Rock Robinson, one of the founders, came and picked me up from my home. Who doesn't want to get picked up in a Tesla?
It's not just a ride share service, it's a lifestyle, and it's a company that wants to take care of people.
The mobility space is something that is used hundreds of thousands of times a day. It needed professionalism, some consistency, so those things combined is eCarra.
eCarra stands for greener future. It stands for being really mindful about every decision that you take and knowing that your dollars make an impact.
It's most important for us to give our customers a consistent luxury experience and make them feel purposeful by planting a tree for every time they ride.
Every 2 seconds, a forest the size of a football field is destroyed. And I wanted to come up with a way that we could do something about that at scale.
Nobody else is doing this. Nobody else is planting trees every time they ride, and they're super guilty of putting more gross stuff into the atmosphere. You'd think that they would be more inclined, but they're not. That's fine. Nobody else is doing anything like this. We are.
eCarra is already impacting our planet because we've already planted about 10,000 trees. The trees that we've planted will sequester about 480,000 pounds of carbon per year for as long as they're living.
Every time I get up and I go to work, I realize that there are trees that are being planted and we're saving the earth. Being able to be a part of that and to help educate people and to have people excited about eCarra, who they are, what they do, it's priceless.
We wanted to do something that would resonate past the ride and do something that was good for our community and each other.